Today's video I'm going to be looking at the Beddington Caves and the secret tunnels of South London. Let's start with a map. This map is from 160 years ago and it has marks on it, a cave, and across the road the Plough Inn. So we're looking at a map of the Plough Inn, Plough Lane and the Croydon Road, and Beddington Lane is to the north of there. Now, in addition to the area marked out as a cave, there's also an underground tunnel, marked on the map as a subterranean passage, which led all the way down the Plough Lane as far as the railway line that runs between Sutton and West Croydon. The Plough pub is still there. It was rebuilt in 1892 and was Young's up until fairly recently. This sketch is shown what it looked like prior to being rebuilt in 1892. They made use of the caves to store beer because it was a natural cold storage. But other parts of the cave system, including the tunnels, were discovered accidentally when a farmer fell through the earth into what was dramatically termed a robber's den, and so the legend of the Smuggler's Highway was born. It seems unlikely to me that there was actually an underground highway leading all the way, bearing in mind the amount of engineering works that had to be done to get the London to Brighton Railway going. What's probably more likely is that the route referred to was the general path to get supplies to London, and when they got nearer to Beddington, this subterranean passage served as a pretty neat way of getting through, undetected, to the caves to store their booty alongside the barrels of beer for the pub. But there's no record, of course, as to whether that was the case. And this fellow, Steve Roud, a folklorist, says that the legends of the 50-mile tunnel are impossible, which I tend to agree with. Other legends that surrounded the tunnels included links between Beddington Villa or none such place and Crewe Manor. Although there was also a spirit of Walter Raleigh said to terrify visitors to the area, alongside general tales of shudderous vibes noted as early as 1880. Shudderous, making you shudder. Strange spelling. However, studies were made. As you say, the 1860s is where it first appeared in the Ordnance Survey map, which I'll show at the beginning of the video. 1872, Alfred Smee, in his book My Garden, referred to it, and various other studies. 1913, but in 1932 the caves and tunnels were officially closed. After that there was a study in 1940 by the London Speleological Society, and in 1968 the Chelsea Speleological Society, and I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. This 1972 map, I'm not actually sure whether it's the same map, but it said that there was 3,400 feet of passages. And in the 60s and 70s, local kids frequently accessed the system. They squeezed through small foxhole openings that would lead into larger tunnels and banquet-sized hall. And this led to the council bricking up the entrances. Well, I grew up in the 60s, but I don't remember these caves. Do you remember these caves? Did you play in them when you were a kid back in the 60s? Leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.